Naomi is a successful trainer, evaluator and teacher at Wales English, and a familiar face here, as she also runs 2 of the webinars. Please tell us a little about yourself, Naomi.
Okay, sure. So I am from the UK. I'm from England, but I currently live in Cardiff in South Wales, so I haven't travelled too far. I've been ESL teaching for about 4 years. I lived in Foshan in the south of China for 2 years. And then I came home not long before the pandemic hit in China. So I thankfully got out of there before things locked down. And that's when I started teaching with Wales English. I thought I might just do it for a little while until I found my feet in the UK. And then of course, you know, the circumstances that followed that. So it's been 18 months now and I'm here with Wales English, but I couldn't be happier.
Amazing. It sounds like a really positive experience for you, Naomi, and I am so jealous that you worked in China. I would love to go there and visit, so that sounds amazing as well. You run 2 of the webinars here at Wales English. Can you tell us a little more about them and how they help teachers?
Sure. So the first webinar that I run, and it's the first kind of secondary position that I got into with Wales English, is the New Teacher Survival Question and Answer webinar. This was actually my idea. I emailed the training team like, this could be a webinar, and then they emailed me back like, you're correct, let's make it. So this is basically based on frequently asked questions from new teachers. I was on the Facebook page, I saw all these questions coming up time and time again. So basically I've designed a webinar where all of those questions can be answered, but it's not just that. Teachers can ask me literally anything they want about the Wales English system, and I will help them to feel a bit more comfortable and less overwhelmed with all the information they have going on. So that's the first webinar. The second webinar is, as you said, making starter and trial 0 classes a success. And this one focuses on the starter and the trial 0 classes. So we do it in 4 parts. The first part kind of identifies the most common problems and difficulties with teaching these classes. The second part focuses on the trial 0. And then the third part focuses on teaching strategies, which essentially is overcoming all of the difficulties we identified earlier. And then we have question answer, all those kinds of things. So again, if anybody's having issues with starter and trial 0 or wants any advice, just is tearing their hair out with these classes and isn't sure what to do, or you know, you could be great at these classes, but you just want a few fresh ideas, that's exactly what the webinar is for.
Absolutely. I could not agree with you more, because I actually sat in on one of your webinars recently, the making starter and trial 0 classes a success. And I've been doing these trials for a while now, so I do have some experience in this level, and I learned so much myself from it as well, and really, really enjoyed hearing the different ideas from the different teachers. It was a really great one. And that new teacher Q&A survival session is amazing. I recommend it to everyone. It's a really great one to go to, and awesome initiative for putting that together, Naomi. Fantastic.
Thank you, you're so kind.
Oh, bless you. So why do you feel the webinars are so useful to teachers, and how is it that they can help both new teachers and current Wales teachers?
I think one of the best things, among many things at Wales English, is that they really care about the professional development of teachers. So these webinars aren't in place to tell us that we're doing a bad job. They're not here to, you know, tell teachers, you need to really improve your skills on this. They're there to give us the opportunity to do that. So if we are struggling with something, there is a whole range of topics that we can go along to and better our skills. And I just think it puts Wales English above the rest of the companies, because I hear not many actually do that. So I just think, you know, these sessions are free, they're there, they're unlimited. So why wouldn't we use them to better our skills? To give you a funny anecdote, actually, I used to teach the ESC course. So before the starter course, it was the ESC course. And the first time I ever taught one of those sessions, I hated it. I messaged my TC, I was like, it went terribly, I can't teach this level, I don't know what I'm doing. And now fast forward a year and I'm actually the trainer in this level, because I made the most of all the training opportunities that Wales English had, and it helped me to improve my skills. And I just think they're a really positive thing.
Absolutely, and that is a really great success story as well, Naomi. That, of course, we do find things a little challenging, especially in the beginning, and going to these webinars and bettering ourselves, developing ourselves really, really helps us to become these successful teachers. So I think that's an amazing, amazing story, and I know what you mean. It can be a little bit scary at first, but fantastic. I love that. Excellent.
I've never had a bad webinar. I've always gone and come away with advice that I think no matter how experienced you think you are, there's always something else to learn. Even if it's just like a simple activity idea, you're like, oh my goodness, that will work so well in my classes. It's great.
Definitely. There's always something to learn, I think. And as teachers, it's good that we're open to opportunities to grow and develop and to learn different things from these webinars. So that's a really good point as well, Naomi. So who can come to the different webinars? Is it limited? How many people can come?
No, and anybody can come. So all they have to do is, obviously there's the webinar schedule. So they find the Zoom details on there. Just turn up. You don't have to pre-book or anything. And yeah, anybody can come. There's some sessions where I've had 20 teachers, and there's some sessions where I've just had one teacher. So it really doesn't matter. You can come as many times as you like as well, every single week if you really wanted to. So yes, absolutely anybody.
Awesome. That's great. Open to everybody at any time. That's fantastic. And so how can teachers get the most out of the webinars?
I think the key is to go with an open mind. So like I was saying before, they're a great opportunity, whether you're new or old, to just learn things, and making sure we go in the mindset of it not being a negative experience. It's not, the training isn't there because you're doing a bad job. It's there for you to better yourself. So yeah, going with an open mind to think, okay, I'm going to engage in this session. I'm going to get the most out of it, and just learn as much as I can. And, remember, the trainers, we're also fellow teachers. We're not there to judge you or anything like that. We're not there to kind of laugh at you for the things you don't know or anything. We're actually there to genuinely help you. So if you just go with the right open and positive mindset, I think you're going to get the most out of the sessions. So I think we can go kind of in a way where we self-evaluated. I think it's really important as teachers to reflect on our own teaching and think, okay, what do I need to improve on, or where can I make some changes? And then go along to the sessions with those things in mind. So if you want to learn about how to reduce your teacher talk time, if you're aware that your teacher talk time is too high, come along, pay most attention to that. And also, we can tailor the sessions to the attendees who are there. So if you come along and say, Naomi, today I'm really having some issues with my teacher talk time, I want to spend more time focusing on that than other areas, then absolutely we will do that. So I think it's important that we just recognize where we could improve as teachers, or where we want to make our skills better, and then come along and address those skills within the session so that we can then apply those when we go back to our classes afterwards.
Excellent, and excellent advice as well. Self-evaluating yourself, seeing where personally you want to develop, and going to the webinars that are going to help you the most with that. That's really great advice as well, Naomi.
Yeah, excellent. I think so. It's important for us to be able to look at our teaching and say, you know what, I am amazing at X, Y, and Z, but maybe I could just improve my skills on that little section. I feel like we do that all the time. Even as a trainer and evaluator, I'm always doing the same thing.
I am exactly the same as well. When I finish a lesson, you always kind of self-reflect and think, oh, this was amazing, but maybe I should try and look at working on this particular area. So that's true. We're always growing, we're always developing, and it's important to embrace that as well, I think. Well, thank you so much, Naomi. This has been really insightful and a lot of fantastic tips as well. Really appreciate you coming and sharing them with us today.
No problem. Thank you for having me. It's been really nice.
Thank you so much, Naomi. You take care. Goodbye.
Bye.